Come and dream with me.
Hello and welcome to What Do You Want to Watch, the Explosion Network's premier video podcast. Every week we get together to talk about movies, TV, and online content, and help you answer the question, is it scary that I just learned that Babe turns 30 years old today? Yes. I'm your host, Ash Obley, joined me today, Don Blatt.
Where did you find such hard-hitting information?
The
Just then.
discussing film, Twitter pitch.
Right, okay. I was like, who's sharing this information? You know, like who's on top of the
Babe is 30 years old today. I'm like, fuck. It sounds right, but also it doesn't sound right.
It does sound right because I watched it on VHS. So
I'm sure there's 25-year-old movies that you watched on VHS. Though.
yeah, but I feel like it's 30, and I'm like, yeah, I watched that on VHS. That's old. I just assume any movie I watched on VHS that was new when I was a kid.
I'm trying to think when was DVD?
I know the exact first DVD I watched. Do you?
I know the first I bought. So I assume it's the same thing.
Okay, I'm gonna look up the name of the movie. I know the movie. I know how to find the title of the movie. I remember driving home from, I think we'd gone to Harvey Norman to buy a DVD player. I've no idea. There's no way this was like early adoption of DVD players because we just weren't that rich. I'd fucking be shocked if it was. But I remember I was driving home, and then we got the DVD player, and my dad was like, "Let's stop at Video Easy, and we will rent a DVD." And I remember we went into the store, and there was probably maybe 5 or 6 movies that had DVD copies at the time. They were still mostly VHS, at least in my local store.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me find this movie. Hold on. I cannot move on now. The movie's title. No, hold on. I'm gonna. Let's play a game. You can ask yes or no questions.
All right.
Okay, go. I've got the movie. All right. Yep. Ask away.
Oh.
You can ask yes or no questions.
Was it released between 1990 and 2000?
No.
Was it post 2000?
Yes.
Is it a comedy?
Yes.
Does it star in SNL alumni?
I will double check that because I don't know the full cast. No. Come on.
Is it a rom-com?
No.
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 Is it live action?
Yes.
Okay. Was it a box office success?
Fuck the one. It made. It says the budget estimated was $7 million US. It made worldwide $3 million.
Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
No. Fuck. I said we're kids. Remember, I'm a kid still.
Oh, does it have a child star?
Yes.
Is it like Big Fat Liar?
No. I just hope Buddy will watch this thing because this is the type of game that would get his hard.
juicy flowing.
You're going to have to edit out some tip. I know you love editing pods.
Kids movie. It's Home Alone 3.
No. It's 10 questions.
It's what?
That was 10 questions. You got 10 more. You're halfway.
Is the kid star, like acting still?
Yes.
Was it directed by a prominent director? I'm guessing no.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll no.
Temptations there, just.
I don't know how you can work it out by googling it.
Totally can work it out.
I don't mind Google. You can use Google. I don't know what you're googling. So.
Did it star? So it's got a child star, but was there a prominent actor across from him, or is it just an
Yes.
Okay. Do people remember this movie at all?
No.
Okay.
Which you may say makes this quiz quite hard.
Is it a Disney movie?
Unless it's this one they've hidden. No.
No, okay.
You got 5 questions left. When it's revealed, you'd be like, how the fuck was that the first thing you watched? That was the first DVD, you know? I feel like it being so unmemorable in a movie no one talks about at all, for a lot of reasons, is why it's so memorable to me that it was the first DVD.
Was the star a female?
No.
Okay, so boy. 2000s. Still acting. Fuck. Is it Like Mike?
No. Fuck. You got 2 questions left.
Was it sports themed in any way?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you got 1 question, so you just got to take a haymaker.
I'm just going to take a wild guess.
I'm glad I just invented this game, this 20 question game. No one's ever done it.
No one's ever done 20 question game. Was it Son of the Mask?
No.
Fuck.
I'm going to read the synopsis, and then you can tell me if you even could guess what it is based on synopsis. An 11-year-old boy's amazing ability to break wind leads him first to fame and then to death row, before it helps him fulfill his ambition of becoming an astronaut. Of course, it is the 2002 classic with a 3.8 user review score on IMDb, starring actors such as Simon Callow, Stephen Fry, Paul Giamatti, Ned Beatty, and the kid cast of Bruce Cook and Rupert Grint. Thunderpants. That was fun. Yeah, I'm glad we did that.
Okay, cool.
That was the first DVD.
Okay.
You can see now. I'm like, why? It was the first time we watched a fucking fart movie. And of all the options,
to speed this thing up, this first DVD I got was Bulletproof Monk.
You want to play 20 questions?
No. We'll save 20 questions for another time when I can reverse the tables, and then I'll just you'll be very angry the entire time.
That's my comeback to you for fucking me on all new DC cast every other week with random ass questions that really hurt my brain. Yeah.
All right. On today's episode, we'll be talking about what's in our watch history, going over some film news, giving you thumbs to trailers, and giving this week's top 3. Kicking things off, we both watched the new MCU Marvel animated miniseries that dropped on Disney Plus this week, Eyes of Wakanda, which focuses on Wakandans, more specifically the Dogs of War, who are the people within Wakanda who retrieve artifacts or vibranium stuff that's been released into the wild, I guess. Their sole goal is kind of to continue to keep Wakanda hidden from the world. We obviously did a spoiler cast over on All New Marvel Cast, so you can go listen to that. But Dylan, do you want to share your non-spoilery thoughts?
Yes, 4 episodes. It's not very long, but I did enjoy it. I it's a series that I know they're sort of pitching it as an anthology series. It's not really an anthology series. Like every episode is different characters and everything, but I think there is a through narrative for the story, uh, at least a tiny one connecting throughout all of them. And then I also think that thematically it tells one full story by the time you get to the end of the fourth episode. And I enjoyed that. I think you get a break. The third episode's more of a comedy one, and that was a lot of fun. But then 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 4 are more serious notes within this world. Animation wise, I thought it was really good. I quite enjoy it. I think the combat, fight scenes, everything looked very fluid and fun in it. The characters are all unique enough, even if, of course, given the context of it, they don't get a lot of time to grow or shine or really be proper characters. But that is often the case with these types of things, to be honest. The music was good. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I think it's a good time. One of the stronger things they've done recently. Obviously, it is just it's just another piece of content that's going to be put out for the wider MCU, but it does add a lot of color to the Wakandan history and that kind of stuff. It's very much in the vein of the Star Wars animated shows like Tales of the Jedi or Tales of the Sith or Tales of the Bounty Hunters or whatever. I can't remember what the last one they called that we didn't end up watching. So it's a bunch of small anthology stories, but yeah, each one, tells a story of these different dog of war, like collecting artifacts or doing other things. Obviously, because they're so short, you don't get to really dive into the characters very strongly, but I think they do make enough of an impact with what we get. It's really interesting because obviously they've decided to set it through different time periods throughout history. One of the most prominent ones is during the invasion of Troy. One of the Wakanda soldiers is literally there with Achilles, trying to get in. So I think there is a pretty strong effort. I'd be keen to see another run at it. Another batch of stories because I think it's very artfully done. The fight sequence is really cool, I think they thematically hit the mark. So, Eyes of Wakanda, go check it out, and then check out our all-new Marvel cast, spoiler cast. Alright, so I watched the first 2 episodes of the new Apple TV series, Chief of War, starring Jason Momoa as a war chief, I guess. He plays Kayani. I apologize, I'm going to butcher a lot of these names. Kayani, who is a warrior chief who was his father was originally the warrior chief for the king of Maui. So at the time, there's 4 different kingdoms within Hawaii. Like this Hawaii, Maui, and 2 other ones I can't remember the name of. But yeah, he was the war chief of Maui. His father was like he saw his father like being pushed in a bunch of wars and that kind of stuff, unnecessary wars, because they would constantly fight between the multiple kingdoms. This is during the 1700s, I think. So then he decides to go into exile with a bunch of other family and friends, but he gets called back by the king of Maui, played by Tamora Morrison, just because the island of Kingdom of Oahu, I want to say, he tells Jason Momoa's character that is here we go. It's Maui, Hawaii, Maui, Oahu, and Kauai are the 4 states, I guess. So he says the king of Oahu is going to attack Maui. So they want to strike first, and because there is this big prophecy about a king who will unite all the states, the king believes this prophecy that Jason Momoa needs to be part of this invasion for it to be successful. So he agrees this one time to go along, but it turns out it's a ruse. They were not going to attack. They just killed the king to take over. And that's kind of that's where the first episode ends, I guess. The second episode kind of them on the run, and we get to see some, I guess, British people come across. It's interesting because obviously they call them the plain folk or whatever, but as an Australian, it's very interesting because they go, oh, we don't want to end up like old Captain Cook, who famously got murdered by a bunch of Hawaiians after finding Australia. So, I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember that from your textbooks. Famous enough to get name checked here. So, yeah, I think it's a little bit of a slow burn. I think they have not. It's 2 episodes in. They haven't really fleshed out many of the characters outside of Jason Momoa, which I think is probably a bit of a problem. Because you get invested in when Jason Momoa was on screen, and it is a lot. But then when anybody else is on screen, you're like, why aren't we on Jason Momoa? I think when I talked about the trailer, I'm like, oh, this is kind of going for the Shogun kind of thing, like a big historical epic, very much. And I think it is very epic. Like it's cinematically shot really impressively. I think the first 2 episodes are directed by who was it? Justin Chon, who did who's done a few different features. What's he done? Oh, he worked on like Pachinko and a few other films recently after an acting career. So, yeah, I mean, it looks really impressive. I mean, it's. I feel like it is trying to be this year's Shogun, but I don't think it quite hits the mark because Shogun had such a really fantastic ensemble cast. And maybe that's because Shogun had like a bunch of more prominent actors, I guess. Jason Momoa was definitely not a Hiroyuki Sanada, I'll say.
What the hell are you trying to say?
I'm saying Jason Momoa was not Hiroyuki Sanada. I don't think that's a big call.
I think that's a hot take,
Get in the comments. But if you want to see Jason Momoa's butt, this is a show for you. Because they're not wearing much clothing. It's like,
they're going for that realistic take.
They're going for the realistic take. I mean, it's really interesting because I think it's very captivating for the first shot where his group of like people who have gone into exile, they go fishing and they go hunting for shark, and they catch a shark with like their bare hands.
Well,
which is I guess they use rope, and I think it's some sort of drug that like kills or like sedates the shark. So that's a really cool sequence to open with. But yeah, I mean, it's really impressively looking, shot really well. Maybe I'll need another couple episodes to like flesh out this ensemble of characters around Jason Momoa, because this second episode ends with him on the ship of the English people, rescued in quotation marks. But yeah, really interesting. It is a lot of when all the Hawaiian people are together, they speak native Hawaiian or Samoan. I don't know what the correct language is. So I mean, it feels very historically accurate.
Samoan something. It's like, isn't it like, I'm gonna Google it. I feel like I need to know this now.
Yeah.
Polynesian.
Is Polynesian the language, or is that the type of people they are?
No, it just Samoan is a language. It says Samoan is just a language. It says Samoan is a Polynesian language spoken by Samoans. So Samoan.
Oh no. Language. So Hawaiian is a
Samoans.
type of language. So it might be Hawaiian.
Okay, there you go. But are they speaking?
They're speaking their native tongue. Is what I'm saying.
Well, I just feel like we can't move on until we really clarify what.
I think we can move. It's quite easy. But yeah, obviously, big budget. I mean, Apple TV, they really love Jason Momoa because they feel like this is the second or third thing they've done with him. So,
what did he do? He did C.
He did C.
This.
Yes.
I'm missing the third thing. Was there a third thing?
Let's have a look and see if there's a third thing.
I mean, what, 3-4 seasons of C? So,
I mean, that's a lot. So,
I've no idea what happened at the end if he saw, but
I don't think they could. So, he's got 2 documentary series. So, maybe one of them is on
Apple.
Nope, The Climb is on HBO Max, and On the Roam is also on HBO Max. So,
Mhm.
but two series is pretty a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, so go check out. Yeah, go check out Chief of War. I think it's pretty good so far, despite my complaints. Dylan, you've continued your Shudder catch up, and you ended up watching Dark Match.
So Dark Match is a movie about a independent small town like wrestling company. Think 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 heels, but it's a horror movie now. So
Ooh.
basically, what happens is a promoter from, I don't know, let's say a couple hours drive or half a day's drive or something like that. I think it was from sort of a county over or something, I guess. Says, hey, can we pay you to bring all your wrestlers down here and do a wrestling match here for us? And originally, the promoter of our main group's like, no, I'm not doing that. And then they offer a whole bunch of money. So they head on down there, and our main group is the main character we follow is the wrestler named Misbehave. What a name! That's a good name. It stuck with me. So, and then I can't remember the name of the wrestler who her partner is, but her partner's played by Stephen Ogg, who's very good in this. I quite enjoyed him. And they basically head down there, and straight away it's very culty, weird vibes, and lots of weird stuff going on. And Chris Jericho plays the leader of this culty group that are doing weird things, and they make them do wrestling matches, but basically they're two to death, and they're sacrificing them at the same time and stuff like that. It's called Dark Match because it was pitched as a non-televised event, which is Dark Match. But then I think it's called Dark Match because shit gets dark, if you know what I'm saying. It was it's fine. It's obviously as someone who I think if you watch wrestling, it's a bit of fun. it's a bit of silly fun given how it all comes together and what's happening. They're like at the first match what they do where two people have to fight to the death. They're like, it's a tornado tag match. A fucking fan opens up in the middle of the ring. I was like, sure. Yeah. So probably if you're not super into if you're like, I hate wrestling, but I love horror movies, I don't think this movie will work for you. But I feel like you have to be a little bit in the middle.
All right. So I watched the first 2 episodes of Twisted Metal season 2.
Fuck. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, I went to watch it. What day did it come out?
Thursday? Well, I think I watched it Friday or Saturday.
Friday. So the day it was coming out, I went to watch it. I got home, I sat down, went to put it on. I opened up Stan or whatever, click on it. It says starts at 8 p.m. tonight. I go, great. I'll watch that at 8 p.m. tonight or tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Completely forgot about it.
Yes. That's fair enough. So yeah, obviously this is the TV series based on the video games, where it's a destruction derby type game, I guess. But if you followed along the first season, obviously the season ended with John Doe ending up in San Francisco, the walled city, quiet being on the outside. Her quiet meeting Dollface, who is in fact John Doe's sister, but not that John Doe knows because he's got amnesia. And there's some sort of he's been recruited to San Francisco because they want him to be a driver in this big tournament that Calypso is about to hold, in which the winner will get a wish of their choosing. So we pick up 7 months later. This entire time, John Doe has been attempting to escape his confines unsuccessfully, leading to more and more guards surrounding him at all times. Interesting. I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember who who Raven was in season 1? Prominent actress.
Dave Campbell?
Yes.
Okay.
Does not return in season 2.
Oh, doesn't?
No.
Barely was in season 1. Was like revealed at the end to be the bad guy.
Kind of.
Yeah.
She was a Raven, but now we have another Raven who's in.
Right. Okay, that's fine. I can move on with that. That's
Although the funny thing is, I didn't pick up who this Raven was, this Raven played a very comedic role in a certain, MCU comedy.
Is it the girl who played Miranda? No. What's her name?
So close.
Marianne? No. I'm never gonna get it. What was it? Is it that girl though?
Yes, it's the girl who played. It's, 2 D's and a Y. It's not where you think.
Maddie.
Madison, yes.
Madison.
The person who plays Madison is playing this Raven.
What a pull though that you said in an MCU comedy, and my brain, without skipping a beat, now I couldn't remember the name, but the first person I thought of was her.
Yeah.
Because my brain went, probably still the funniest
That's
thing
the
I've seen
funniest
in
thing.
the MCU.
Funniest thing in the MCU. So it won't surprise you that John Doe breaks out in the first episode. And quickly meets up with the Dolls, who is Dollface and Quiet's group, I guess, who have been growing on the outside and have been rebelling against the people with inside the walls, cutting off shipments and getting weapons for themselves and that kind of stuff. And Quiet wants to join the competition. I mean, that's the big kind of setup. So everybody's kind of leading up to wanting to go compete in this tournament of whatever Calypso wants. The first episode also has Sweet Tooth in it, who's just going around upset that apparently there are people, bigger names and killers around. So he's about to murder the student. He's like, no, please don't. I'll go around and tell everybody about Big Baby. How dangerous Big Baby is. Sweet Tooth is like, who the fuck is Big Baby? So they have to go out and go kill Big Baby. But Big Baby thinks he's the trash man, who is apparently it's another scary dude. So now Sweet Tooth's like, I just want to get all these group of killers all in the one place, and then can kill them all at the same time. And then Calypso announces a tournament, so he's also running around with Stu still, the guy who's reluctantly his best friend.
Yeah.
So good times. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. The same silly humor and that kind of stuff. I mean, at one point, John Doe has his entire house removed of all entertainment. So his TV is taken and all that. And all that's left on the shelf, because he's in a remodel of his childhood home. All that's left on the shelf is a bunch of copies of the Babysitter's Club. So he's just reading the Babysitter's Club.
Why not?
And gets super invested, including getting very, very upset that number 89 is not on the shelf. And they jump straight into. She was like, I can just jump straight to 90. It's like, what? Who the fuck is this Annie girl? I missed another game. I missed the introduction of a Babysitter's Club member. Bullshit. I need to find this book. So yeah, good times. Twisted Metal, same sort of tone as last season. I think they might have had a little bit of extra budget this time, because there are a bunch of car stunts and racing and that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's going to become even more hectic as the season goes on. But yeah, go check out Twisted Metal. All right, Dylan.
Well, we're one episode a week now, right?
One episode a week now.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So you've got a couple of true crime documentaries to talk about. Talk to me about Cherie Papini, Caught in the Lie.
I've talked about this in a different documentary they put out, I think last year. I can't remember the name of it, but that one was very heavily focused from the husband's point of view, and I guess this one is we've got the interview with Cherie Henriques. Yeah, so this is the case where basically she goes for a run in the morning, she disappears. The husband is like, at first cops think it's like sort of him and all these sorts of things, because it's such an odd sort of case. Then she turns up on the side of the road somewhere randomly, is found, and she says that she got kidnapped by these 2 Mexican looking women, which is then found to not be true. So then it's like, why the fuck are you just describing them? Then it's like this whole thing where it's like potentially like racism, basically.
Mm.
And then we go down this thing where, yeah, I don't. There's basically in all versions of this, I would say that I just don't trust anyone involved in this story at all at any point. I don't trust her. I don't trust her husband. I don't trust the other friend. I have no idea what the truth of this case is, and I don't really know if I watched 2 documentaries on it now, just solely from the. All right, well, I was intrigued by the last one. Let me watch the one with her as the center point. And yeah, I mean, it didn't really change my mind at all, to be honest. I feel like you watch this and it tries to keep a neutral ground while still like having interviews with her where obviously she's pleading a case and talking about how she misses the kids and all that sort of stuff. Where you're like, yeah, I get it, like that's terrible and everything, but I still just can't trust you. You do not seem trustworthy at all. Yeah, it's an odd little story that's happened over the last 10 years or whatever. So, yeah, I know we'll probably get more. She's still in court fighting, so to get her kids back and all this stuff because she did prison time she did like nearly a year of prison for lying to the police about what happened and stuff. So I don't know. If you watched any others or you have a mild interest in this case at all, it's worth checking out. But
all right. Then you also watched the Idaho student murders.
This is shit. Don't watch this. I watched it for some weird reason, even though I knew it was going to be shit. And the reason I knew it was going to be shit is because I somehow saw a news story about this recently. And I think it's because the trial is coming up this month on the guy who's accused of these murders. So for some idiotic reason, I decided to click play on this, knowing that it was going to be shit. And it is that whole thing of, I just want, like, I'm part of the problem by watching this. It's a documentary that the whole time we're not getting anywhere. Like it's releasing just before the month in which the trial starts for the dude that's accused in it. However, it's a documentary that has everyone giving you all the evidence and proof to say this guy did it. Which, to be fair, there's a lot of evidence and proof that makes it seem as this guy did it. However, I thought the whole point was innocent until proven guilty. It's just like an odd thing, and you don't get the full story really because you're like, well, we don't actually know what happens to him, and there's so many details they can't talk about because there's still like the court case isn't over, obviously, so there's lots of stuff they just can't talk about because it's like sealed information. And they talk about all these things where, I can't wait to find out apparently these people know this piece of information, but we won't find out till the court case happens when they finally talk about it publicly in the trial and stuff. I'm like, why am I watching this? It's fucking useless. I'm intrigued to see what happened because basically it's the story of this dude who, well, the guy's accused of it, but he's accused of killing, I think it was four like young 20 girls in this house and leaving a couple of them alive and all that. Like and then he's an odd dude. Like they go over his history and everything like that and whatever else. But yeah, so I'm don't watch it. I'd suggest don't watch this. I shouldn't have watched it. I'm part of the problem. Bad Dylan.
Yeah. Have you read the results of the case?
I don't think it's happened yet, has it?
I might cut this out from the podcast, but reading from Wikipedia, on June 30th, 2025, it was announced that Kohlberg had agreed to a deal to plead guilty to all counts against him and that it would be sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences, avoiding the death penalty. Pending approval by the judge, Kohlberger would also give up his right to any future appeals and guaranteeing that he will remain in prison until he dies.
Right, okay, so maybe that's the news headline I saw, and then I never read further than that, and then... But they would have made this obviously before, like, because that only happened last month. So then, so of course it's not going to have any of that information.
This literally happened, it's like a whole month ago, yeah.
This released on July 3rd.
Yes, it released 3 days after the sentencing. Or the news of the agreement.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, that's everything on Watch History. Let's move on. Quiet news week this week, but every week, so many different projects are announced. Casting news is put out there. We like to cover these in a segment called Would You Want to Invest? What happens is I give Dylan a bunch of information about different projects, and he would tell me if he would like to partially invest, fully invest, or not invest, given any criteria he deems fit. and then history will be the judge if he was right or wrong. Dylan, are you ready?
I'd love this segment because you always do it on weeks you deem as quiet. And he set it up by saying, man, there's not much happening this week. But every week there's so much happening.
There's nothing worthy of a 10-minute segment. Is what I'm saying, you know?
Yeah. There's nothing happening, but every week there's so much news and casting. Yeah, I'm ready.
Fuck you. First one for this week. Margot Robbie is in early conversations to join Tim Burton's remake of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman for Warner Brothers. If the deal closes, Robbie will produce the film with Lucky Chat partners Tom Ackley and Josie McNamara with an eye to star. News broke last February that Burton was working on a reimagining of the 1958 science fiction horror movie, which follows a wealthy heiress who grows into a giant after an alien encounter and exacts revenge on her cheating husband. The Nightmare Before Christmas creator plans to direct as well as produce alongside Andrew Midman and Tommy Harper. Kai Dolashian as serves as executive producer.
Yes.
Gone Girl writer Gillian Flynn penned the first draft of the screenplay, but has since exited the project due to other commitments.
Oh, I thought that she exited because she wrote in that she fucking murdered a bunch of people. Yeah, obviously we've seen how this looks at the start of the Barbie movie, so yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I mean fully invest. Sorry,
No. Sorry, it was just taking a while for the page to load. That was all it was.
Fully invest.
Okay. Following the success of Happy Gilmore 2 and The Naked Gun making its return to theaters this weekend.
Sure. All right.
What a setup.
Success.
The comedy genre is looking to make a big comeback. And that goes for the marketplace as well, as another big comedy package has found a home. Sources tell Deadline that following a big bidding war, Universal Pictures have landed the family comedy Dance Parents, with Charlize Theron and Channing Tatum on board to produce and develop as a starring vehicle for the pair. Jonathan Levine is attached to direct and produce as well. Megan Mallory is attached to pen the script. Insiders say the project is in early developments. There's no description at all. Plot details are unknown, but given the title, one can guess Dance Parents will set the world of young competitive dance will be set in the world of young competitive dancers and their super passionate parents.
No, not invest, not a dollar.
Wow.
That is not. You're like, let me get back to the world of comedy. It's really taken off with such big comedy movies this year, both of which may be based on older properties and everything. Here's Channing Tatum and Charlize Theron.
Don't come at me, come at the writer of.
Yeah.
All right. Collider has learned that Academy Award nominated writer Celine Song has lined up one of her next projects, and it's a familiar title. Sony is looking to make a sequel to My Best Friend's Wedding, the iconic rom-com from 1997 that starred Julia Roberts, Dermot Mulroney, and Cameron Diaz. While the project is still in very early development, we can confirm that the studio has tapped Song to as it scribe, which is not a huge step forward, but a major get considering her recent successes.
Yes.
Song has only been tapped to write the sequel. A director and any casting information haven't been announced at this time. Mulroney recently teased the potential follow-up, telling the New York Post, "I know nothing about it, last I heard. Quotes, lawyers were talking," unquote.
Yep, full invest. Why not?
Wow. Do you like the first film?
Yeah.
Seems a weird career move.
It is. But I mean, she's only writing it.
Yeah. For now.
Yeah. Writing a bit. Writing's not that big of a. It's the directing, it's the time commitment, I guess. So.
All right. Writer-director Leah McKendrick has rounded out the cast of her Netflix rom-com Voicemails for Isabel, starring Zoe Deutsch and Nick Robinson, on which we were first reported earlier. Some of the newcomers to the ensemble include Nick Offerman, Harry Shum Jr., Ciara Bravo, Megan Danso, Toby Seidemann, Spencer Lord, and Gil Bellows. The film tells the story of Jill, who copes with her sister's death by leaving her voicemails chronicling her chaotic life in San Francisco. When the number is unknowingly reassigned, an elusive Austin real estate agent begins receiving the hilariously confessional messages.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Negative. That didn't sound not ticking any boxes, man. Sorry.
Who is developing Stay Tuned, a comedy series headlined and executive produced by Josh Gad and Andrew Reynolds? Loosely based on the 1992 cult film of the same name starring John Ritter and Pam Dauber, Stay Tuned was created by Akiva Goldsman, Jordan Cahan, and Greg Leesons, with Cahan set as showrunner. In the TV series takes, Reynolds and Gad will find themselves trapped on the wrong side of the screen and forced to navigate their way through TV's most binge-worthy obsessions.
What? Josh Gad.
Josh Gad.
You know what? Sure. Full invest.
Alright. Just love Josh Gad.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that's such a weird project to go to after everything, but so sure, it has to be something. Has to be something more there, I feel.
Nancy Meyers' beloved movie The Holiday is getting a TV treatment. Apple TV Plus is in the works a limited series adaptation of the 2006 romantic comedy, which starred Cameron Diaz, Kate Winslet, Jude Law, and Jack Black, sources tell Deadline. It reboots the premise of the film with new characters. Chrissy Ducker, who did Sweet Pea, is a writer, executive producer for the Holiday series produced by Left Bank Pictures, with Rod Delaney also brought on as consultant. The limited series keeps the setup of the movie about a single American and single British woman living very different lives who swap houses for the holidays and find love in the process.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Really?
Have you?
Well, no, I haven't.
Seems like,
but I know it's a very beloved movie, so put it on the list for a very explosion in Christmas this year.
Have I seen it? No, I don't know. I feel like I need to look at the box art. I'll go partial invest because I know it's popular.
All right. Jason Schwartzman is set to join the all-star ensemble of the upcoming Amazon MGM Studio AI pick Artificial that Luca Guadagnino is directing. Schwartzman joins a cast that already includes Andrew Garfield, Yura Borisov, Cooper Koch, and Cooper Hoffman. Monica Barbaro and Ike Barinholtz have also in talks to join. Official plot details are being kept under wraps, although the film is being described as a comedic drama set in the world of artificial intelligence. While unconfirmed sources say the film revolves around the period at OpenAI in 2023 that saw CEO Sam Altman fired and rehired in a matter of days. I also saw a rumor that Ike Barinholtz is set to play Elon Musk in this film.
I mean, yeah, I also saw that, and that was enough to sell me on it, to be honest. So, yeah, full invest.
Yep. Jeez. Luca's just pumping him out.
Yeah, it makes me worried for him. Like, is he okay?
He saw that Sergeant Rock film fall through and he's like, got to get something else going.
Oh, no, that
Let's
one movie fell through. Let me just make 2 this year instead of 13. You know?
It's a real shame. Mason Thames is set to join the ensemble cast of the upcoming comedy The Shitheads, starring Dave Franco, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and Peter Dinklage. Malcolm Blair is writing and directing. The pick follows cynical degenerate Mark and bumbling idealist Davis as they've both hit rock bottom. Paired for a job by a shady transport service, their task is simple: transport Sheridan, a troubled, wealthy teen, to rehab. But Sheridan has other plans, and what starts as a simple road trip becomes an unhinged odyssey of drug-fueled disasters, near-death experiences, and criminal encounters. Out of their minds and in way over their heads, Mark and Davis find the courage to face their failure and realize that it's not the destination that matters. It's the shitheads you meet along the way.
Truer words have never been said, I think, and for that, partial invest.
For that, partial invest. All right. Skylar Gazondo is in talks to join the cast of Universal's next installment in the Meet the Parents franchise, sources tell Deadline. John Hamburg is directing, with the original cast including Robert De Niro, Ben Stiller, Terry Polo, and Blythe Danner returning to star. Ariana Grande is also on board to join the cast. Hamburg, who co-wrote the 3 previous Meet the Parents movies, is also penning the script. The film is set to bow in November 25th, 2026. Plot details are being kept inside the circle of trust, but sources say Gazondo will likely play one of Stiller and Polo's sons in the film. Jane Roswell and De Niro will produce with Tribeca Productions.
I when I saw the other day the Ariana Grande part, and I just pictured her interacting with that cast, playing a real snobby bitch. I was in from that. Like if that's how I picture it anyway. Like a
Okay.
real bitch of a daughter.
Okay.
Nothing about her character is leading me to say this. I just want to say for anyone, it's just that's
It's
what
just
I
what you
picture
think
for
of.
her in that role. She's too nice in Wicked. You know what I mean? Like
You need to go against type.
you can't be the white witch or whatever the hell the character's called.
Okay. So
Full invest.
hot off her first Emmy and Golden Globe nominations for a starring role in HBO's The Penguin, Kristen Milotti has inked a deal to star in Buddy, a new film from Too Many Cooks' Thelma Casper Kelly. Deadline has confirmed. Written by Kelly and Jamie King, the film's plot is being kept under wraps, but it's been described as a new experience in horror.
Sure. I love sometimes the lead up. It's like Penguin audience. You love her. You love her in this. You're DC fans, everything like that. Anyway, from the director of Too Many Cooks. Yeah, I fully invest. Sure, let's go. Whatever, whatever the weird shit that turns out to be. I fully invest.
You know, I just realized this is the mistake I made. I'm like, oh, this is going to be really interesting. It's from the director of the Beaver movie.
You thought hundreds of beavers, didn't you?
Yeah. Too Many Cooks, Hundreds of Beavers. Same thing.
Not at all. Really, not at all.
I don't know. Have you been in the kitchen?
Have I been in the kitchen? Is that the question?
Yep. The bear's fake. There's actually just hundreds of beavers back there doing the cooking.
I mean, lots of stuff happens in that movie, and beavers do at some stage cook. So you would know if you'd watched it.
Yeah, it's a mistake. Warner Brothers has acquired the rights to Chris Colfer's multi-million copy #1 New York Times bestselling book series, The Land of Stories, for film, with Academy Award nominee Phil Johnston attached to write the live-action adaptation. In The Land of Stories, twins Alex and Connor Bailey, finished from the tragic loss of their father, are transported into a magic book where the classic fairy tales come into life, magically, hysterically, hilariously, and sometimes dangerously, in one connected universe. Thrust into a strange world where all the rules have changed, they come face to face with characters they've only read about in the stories, and in their quest for a return home, become empowered in thrilling, often surprising ways.
I don't know what the fuck you just said, or how like that was words. So popular book series, partial invest.
All right. Last one for this week. Rosalind Elizar has landed the lead role of Misty Green in Chris Rock's first feature for A24, an untitled project that Rock is starring in and helming from his own script. Others newly aboard to star include Adam Driver, Daniel Kaluuya, and Annie Kendrick. Currently in productions in Los Angeles, the film follows Misty Green, a gifted actress with a derailed career, until someone from her past offers her a chance at a comeback.
I'll fully invest, yeah. Sure. I like that cast. I didn't mind Spiral. So, sure, let's see what Chris Rock can cook up next in the kitchen with the beavers.
Yep. All right. We'll one day know how Dylan's predictions or investments panned out. But let's talk about some films that are a bit closer.
Sorry. History will be the judge, I think is the line.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you didn't. You missed the line. The line is history will be the judge.
Well, I said it the first time, so. Let's give some thumbs to trailers. Of course, you can find all the trailers we're going to talk about in the show notes below. Kicking things off, we've got Eeny Meeny, directed by Sean Simons, starring Samara Weaver, Carl Glassman, Jermaine Fowler, Marshawn Lynch, Randall Park, Steve Zahn, and Andy Garcia. Edie, a former getaway driver, is dragged back into an unsavory past when a former employer offers her a chance to save the life of her chronically unreliable ex-boyfriend. Dylan, what do you think of this getaway driver movie?
Yes, double thumbs up. I'm very keen. It looks great. The trailer's a lot of fun. Samara Weaving looks like she's fantastic in this. The chemistry between her and whatever the guy playing her boyfriend looks great. And Andy Garcia looks to be having a great time playing a character he plays a lot. But I haven't seen him play this character for a very long time, so it's fresh again.
It's very weird to see him trying to rob a casino.
Yep. Also, the best part of the trailer, I think, is nearly just.
Although that was Ocean's 13.
Yeah,
him trying to rob a casino.
Sure. It was always like, I haven't taught you or whatever. His name's, was it Tim?
Tim.
So yeah,
Haitian Tim.
Haitian Tim.
Yeah, 2 thumbs on me. It looks really good. Samara Weaving knocking everything she's doing lately out of the park. So, looks really good, and I'm excited to watch a getaway movie that we can watch without feeling awkward anymore after Baby Driver.
Yeah, I currently don't feel like there's anyone casting this that I'm aware of.
Any issues with?
Any issues with?
Yeah. So, Eeny Meeny, which I don't know why it's called that. It's not clear from the trailer. It's not clear from the description.
No.
But it's called Eeny Meeny, and it's coming to Disney Plus on the 22nd of August. Next trailer is for.
I was going to say, I never think this. When I watched the trailer, the week when they dropped it last week, straight away I was like, "Why is this going straight? It's kind of like, why is this going straight to Disney Plus? Why didn't they put this in theaters? What are we doing here?" Yeah.
Don't know. But also, it might be a bigger hit if it just comes straight to Disney Plus. Next trailer is for American Sweatshop, directed by Uta Bresswitz, starring Lily Reinhardt, Daniela Melchior, and Joel Fry. Daisy Moriarty, a social media content moderator with a hectic personal life, investigates a violent crime she sees in a video online. Dylan, what do you think of the trailer for American Sweatshop?
I'm double thumbs up on this one. I remember reading about this at some point earlier in the year. Did it debut at a festival or something and did something? I can't remember what the...
I don't know that it has even... Or maybe it had.
I read about this somewhere before. No. Nonetheless, double thumbs up. I think the subject matter is very relevant, very interesting. Also something a lot of people probably have never thought about in their lives, but is a real job and real situation that people have to go through. And I just think it's a really interesting character dilemma to go along for a thriller. So sure, keen.
So it debuted at South by Southwest earlier this year.
I remember reading it.
Yeah. 2 thumbs up. This trailer kind of wowed me. That's kind of why I had to put it on the list. Just a job that you don't really think about what the implications of, really. Like, obviously content moderation on a social media service with fucked up people wanting to put up fucked up things. Like, there's somebody who needs to go, no. At least until we can train AI not to.
Well, they used to. Now they just don't. Now most of the places are like,
there's some red stuff. It's no. There's a nipple. It's a no. Yeah, looks really good. Looks like Lily Reinhardt looks really great. So, American Sweatshop releasing in the US on 19th of September. No Australian release date. Next trailer is for The Threesome, directed by Oliver Jimenez, starring Zoe Deutsch, Jonah Howard King, Ruby Cruz, Jabuki Young White, and Josh Segarra. After an unexpected threesome with a crush, a young man and the 2 women are left to deal with the sobering real-world consequences. So, what do you think of the trailer for The Threesome?
What is just straight to like nothing explanation of that? I really liked it. Double thumbs up for this as well. I think when you read the title, you're like, is this going to be is this a teen comedy?
Is this a raunchy,
is this
erotic thriller?
Yeah, like what
nope.
is this? And then you watch it, you're like, oh, this is actually really interesting, and I wonder if this situation has ever happened to someone, the odd chance sort of situation. But I double thumbs up. I will say, watching the trailer, only split a couple seconds, but Josh Segarra's in this, even though that you barely get to see him, and that's usually a sign of a good baby to me.
Yeah, he's our man, Josh Segarra.
Robert Longstreet's always in this as well. also, I can't remember last time I saw something he was in that was bad. But
Yeah, 2 thumbs up for me. This is one I've been keen for since I think it debuted at Sundance, and it got a little good buzz around there. So, I really like Zoe Deutsch. I think Ruby Cruz is really great for all the stuff I've seen so far. I will say, all that I'd seen about the film was the premise, the generic premise that I'd seen. I'm like, oh, it's going to be like the emotional consequences of the having a threesome. Like how you're going to react to each other the next day and that kind of stuff, and not, oh no, I got them both pregnant. So that was a twist.
Shooting pure fucking like
Gold.
Yeah. Insane.
Just headshots.
Yeah, just literally. Yeah, just fucking bang bang, baby.
Bullseyes.
Yeah, could save a nation.
Freaking Hawkeye out here.
Put that guy's balls in a museum,
So 2 thumbs up for me. I thought I just realized. Do you know who the main dude is?
No, I don't actually recognize him.
You don't recognize him? Well, interestingly, apparently he was in I Know What You Did Last Summer, the film recently.
I feel like I would need to. Hold on.
He was.
He was no.
Milo. So one of the leads. He's one of the more prominent characters in that.
No, I still don't recognize him.
But he was also our favorite guy to hate. The stupid name's not coming up. Conrad Clark from Doctor Who.
Yeah, fucking there we go. Yeah,
he really did end up in a much better universe.
Or did he?
All right. The Threesome is releasing in the US on September 5th. No Australian release date. Next trailer. Eternity. Directed by David Frayne. Starring Miles Teller, Elizabeth Olsen, Callum Turner, John Early, and Divine Joy Randolph. After death, everyone gets 1 week to choose where to spend eternity. For Joan, Luke, and Larry, it's really a question of who to spend it with. Joan must choose between her first love, who died in war, or the man she built her life with. Dylan, what do you think of the trailer for Eternity?
I just looked him up. I know which character he played now. And he was the most boring character in the movie.
Okay.
I'm not even joking when I say he was the most boring character in the movie, and that's why I completely forget it all. Yeah. Eternity, yeah, very good. Interesting premise. Very much takes the. It's that thing of like, of course you got to believe in an afterlife, but I think the movie's premise doesn't really matter because it just makes for a fun little concept to play around with, similar to I guess it was making me think of The Good Place. I was like, because I'm watching the trailer, I'm going, but I don't believe it. Like my brain's sort of going, this is dumb because I don't believe if you go anywhere, right? So the whole concept just seems sort of weird to me. But then my brain, like I had this argument with myself. I was like, yeah, but you really enjoyed The Good Place, and that was relying on all these characters being dead and life still mattering after that point. I'm like, good point. So so the dilemmas in this film matter as well. Yeah, I liked it. Good. I think interesting casting matchup between the three of them that looks like it's working. So yeah, and then the what's in the server? I don't really know what I want to call that role. The
whatever the attendants or whatever
the attendant lady, yeah.
Divine Joy Randolph.
Yeah. She looks like she's having a great time. So.
Yeah.
Go thumbs up.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up for me. I'm a sucker for afterlife stuff. Apparently,
love death.
I love exploring what happens after you die. You know? But yeah, the ultimate love triangle / moral quandary. Which person do you want to spend eternity with? Someone's going to be left on their own for eternity, unless they watch this movie, The Threesome. No. Yeah, I think the casting looks really good. Like Callum Turner against Miles Teller is like a nice contrast, I guess. And Miles Teller's playing like more of the comedic kind of maybe a little bit dickish person that he did in some of his earlier films. So yeah, I'm very keen. It looks really cool. They got some really interesting visuals. So this one is releasing in the US in November. Unsurprisingly, no Australian release date. Age 24, really fucking us.
Yeah, there's no way this is get more than a limited release.
Yeah. Last trailer for this week. Zootopia 2. Directed by Jared Bush and Byron Howard. Starring Jennifer Goodwin, Jason Bateman, Idris Elba, Jenny Slate, Nate Torrance, Bonnie Hunt, Don Lake, Tommy Chong, Alan Tudyk, Shakira, Ki-Hu Kwan, Fortune Firemaster, Quinta Brunson, and Jean Reno. Judy and Nick find themselves on the twisting trail of a mysterious reptile who arrives in Zootopia and turns the mammal metropolis upside down. To crack the case, Judy and Nick must go undercover to unexpected new parts of town. Dylan, you're a Zootopia superfan. What do you think of this new trailer for Zootopia 2?
Yes, I'm very keen. Double thumbs up, of course. I've watched the trailer a couple times. I do love just that opening because they obviously just get you a bit of a scene start. And as soon as I saw that Quinta Brunson was voicing a quokka, I was like, this movie is potentially a 10 out of 10.
She's voicing a quokka.
She's voicing a quokka.
I think that's what's the term?
Fucking whatever joke you're trying to make, you're taking too long to make it.
I take too long. No, the words, you know,
well
you know
done.
where you
Well
know where like a person wears a kimono, you know, or a person wears a headdress.
Yeah. Yeah? You're saying the quokka sounds like a hijab?
No, it's appropriation. You know.
Oh,
why is
right.
Quinta Brunson American playing in a quokka?
Yeah. Okay. You want Australian playing
Yeah.
the quokka? Yeah, I can get that. I can feel that, but I'm still okay with it.
Okay.
So, yeah. But no, obviously fantastic. I have no complaints. I'm very much looking forward to this. Zootopia is and still continues to be my favorite Disney thing for like the last 10 years. So, just so fun. It was a lot of fun. Great characters, great chemistry.
Yeah.
What do you got? One up, one down. What the fuck are you talking about? Just say double thumbs up.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up as well. I think.
Hell.
What a good week for trailers. Yeah, it looks really good. Animated really well. You know, it'll be fun to see this pair back together doing stuff, and I guess just excited to see the world of Zootopia rather than
Flash is back
necessarily. We get a bit of Flash, get a bit of everybody. You know. So excited to dive back into that world.
I am shocked, actually, that you didn't also include the trailer for
Goat. Listen, there is a lot of trailers that didn't make the cut this
but
week.
You love animated stuff, so I'm just...
You know, there's that Twinless trailer that looks really great. There's a Lost Bus trailer. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see that.
With the what's his face?
Oh,
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, I need to watch that. True story
About a bus.
About a bus.
Fire.
Actually, but yeah.
I don't know how it got lost, but
yeah, because of the fire, I think.
Yes. Zootopia 2 is coming to Australian cinemas on the 27th of November.
There you go.
All right, let's move into this week's top 3.
Definitely in the top 3.
And in honor of Freakier Friday hitting cinemas this week's top 3 is top 3 Jamie Lee Curtis films. Dylan, what's your number 3?
Before I begin, I just want to note, looking through filmography, Jamie Lee Curtis has done a lot of shit movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a hot take. Surely it's not.
I would say there's a period between Freaky Friday and it takes a while before it comes back around.
At least, like 20 years probably. All right, I'm actually, it's a very boring answer, but it's the way the cookie crumbled. My number 3 is Freaky Friday. You know, it's the original. It's not the original, actually. It's just the I think second or third
remake
of this book that it's based on. But yeah, so obviously Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis, swap bodies. Jamie Lee Curtis gets to play a teenage girl. Lindsay Lohan has to play a adult mum. And Jamie Lee Curtis, I mean, they both do a great job in the movie. That's why it's sort of favorite. And I mean, look, this came out 2000 and early 2000s. I was the right age when this came out too. I've watched this movie a fair few times over the years, especially when it used to be on a lot more when I was younger, and it was always a lot of fun. Jamie Lee Curtis is a big part of that, just playing that. She commits to the role, so full points.
All right. My number 3 is 2018's Halloween. Shock horror, a horror movie on this list. But obviously, this is the starting point of, I feel, her career resurgence. And she was so fantastic as this older Laurie Strode who has obviously been haunted by the attacks that she's dealt with in her youth.
Michael Myers
paranoid.
is the character's name.
Yeah, Michael Myers fucking with her all the time. Killing all the people she loves. I don't know. And kind of being this survivalist kind of older woman, like someone we hadn't really seen on the screen in a long time. So that is my number 3. Dylan, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
My number 1 is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Where she plays what is actually, is it I can't remember the exact sort
tax auditor.
Tax auditor, there we go. There's a tax auditor who's an absolute bitch.
Is she though?
Yes. She's not helpful at all.
I don't know. I think she is pretty helpful, and Michelle Yeoh's not being helpful.
Yeah,
One, she's been very distracted during the conversation.
I don't think Michelle Yeoh's not being helpful. I think she's just confused.
Also, she's putting down a karaoke machine as a tax write-off.
I think, I agree with that.
You think it is a tax write-off, or
yes.
do you think it's a dumb thing to put on?
No. I think it's a tax write-off for her business. Yeah.
No. Continue.
That's it. I don't know where I was going. So yeah, I'm done.
No. I think a very unflattering role, but also like being fully committed to playing this character who is inhabited by multiple versions and is in multiple universes and ends up playing a person with hot dog fingers and one of the most moving semi-stories of the show or the film. I think, obviously she won the Academy Award for the role, which is maybe partially for her body of work more than necessarily this film, because we all know that the other supporting actress should have won. But she's fantastic in this movie. This movie is fantastic. That's why it's my number 1. My number 2 is True Lies. James Cameron, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis. Fantastic spy film. She does that sexy dance where she's trying to seduce Arnold Schwarzenegger and doesn't realize it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then it's like, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Crazy. Anyway, True Lies, great movie. Dylan, what's your number 1?
Won a Golden Globe for it. That was my fun fact, by the way.
Oh, okay.
My number 1 is Halloween, the original.
The original? Okay.
The original. I mean, obviously, I'm the horror fan. If I think Jamie Lee Curtis, I just sort of think Halloween, to be honest. So that's, sort of thing. It's out of all her movies, as much as I've seen Freaky Friday a bunch, this is definitely the same sort of thing. I would have seen the original Halloween, the most, more than that, if not maybe slightly less, to be honest, with Freaky Friday, but still a lot super memorable. And she was known for a long time. And this wasn't the first role she'd done like this. There is the somewhat forgotten Prom Night. Yeah, Prom Night. Another slasher, but not as good and not as remembered. But yeah, so she sort of became the quintessential Scream Queen for a while. So because of this, so if you say Scream Queen, most people go Jamie Lee Curtis.
All right. Dylan, this week, what do you want to watch?
This week, I would like to watch Weapons.
Okay.
I had to pick.
How far ahead was it?
How far ahead was what?
Ahead of Freaky Friday, or
what do you think I'm measuring them in my head with?
I know. How far was the distance between 1 and 2? How close?
I would say not even close. To be honest, if I had to pick between never watching Free Here Friday, as much as I'm quite keen to watch it, to watch Weapons, I would drop Free Here Friday to make sure I watch Weapons. Weapons looks like the sort. Free Here Friday is a sequel to a old movie that's going to be filled with a lot of, I'm sure, wholesome vibes, some of that nostalgia stuff we all love. That's Happy Gilmore too loves it, that's for sure. And whereas Weapons looks like a potential new classic, is what that shit looks like to me. So, on the TV show front, I'm gonna go Wednesday season 2.
Okay.
Which comes out Wednesday.
It does come out Wednesday. Smart decision there. On the TV front, Platonic season 2, Rose Byrne, Seth Rogen as 2 old best friends. It's coming to Apple TV Plus. It's going to be a lot of fun. Movie wise, I mean, maybe Weapons if it isn't scary. If it was just a thriller and it's like, how these kids disappear? I don't know. They all walked away for some reason. It's aliens.
Is that your theory? It's aliens?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Listen, I'm also morbidly curious about Red Sonja, which comes out this week.
About what?
Red Sonja.
Oh, Red Sonja.
Sonja. And there's also a documentary called Stands. It's playing it for limited release about Eminem and his fans and the song, which sounds interesting. So
they actually got him in it, which I thought was so interesting. Like it's an actual,
because he's pretty private.
Yeah, he usually doesn't
private
do
dude.
Shit, so, yeah.
All right, let's know what you're excited to watch this week by letting us know on Blue Sky at ExplosionNetwork.com or find us on other social media at ExplosionPod. If you want to help us out here at What Do You Want to Watch, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on Podchaser, leave us 5 stars, I think we need 5 stars, or just tell people about the show. And if you've enjoyed this episode, thoughts worth $1, head on over to our Ko-fi page at ExplosionNetwork.com/support. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, keep watching stuff, I guess. Even if it is Thunderpants.